I'm driving us to Emily's colleague's dinner party. The hum of the I-95 under our tires cutting through the dead air in the car. My hand brushes the armrest between us, and Emily yanks hers away like I've got leprosy. It's not a reflex. It's deliberate, a calculated slide of her fingers to the edge of her seat. Third time this week. She's staring out the window, her phone casting a cold glow on her face, her jaw set like she's chewing on something she doesn't want to say. The silence is thick, like it's daring me to poke it. Hey, Em, I say, keeping my voice neutral, you good? She lets out a sharp huff, still glued to the window. Just don't touch me right now, okay? She says, her tone flat, like she's telling a telemarketer to buzz off. Like I'm some stranger crowding her space in our damn car. I tighten my grip on the wheel, not out of anger, but because I'm logging it. Third time, same move. If she's playing chess, I'm not her pawn. All right, I say, my voice clipped, and crank the radio up a notch. If she wants to freeze me out, I'll let her sit in the cold. But I'm not blind. I see the game she's starting. I thought it was just a fight. Naive. It was the first move in a game I didn't even know I was playing, and she was already aiming for my king. We pull into the driveway of her colleague's place, a cookie-cutter McMansion in suburban Philly with 2 mini windows and a lawn that screams HOA compliance. Emily's out of the car before I even cut the engine, her heels clicking like she's on a mission. I trail behind, already feeling like I'm walking into an ambush. Inside, it's a sea of fake smiles and clinking glasses, her kind of crowd. Marketing types, all polished and loud, throwing around buzzwords like synergy and ROI, like they're casting spells. Emily's in her element, flitting from group to group, her laugh cutting through the chatter. Me? I'm just the guy holding her purse, apparently. She's deep in conversation with some ad guy. Derek, I catch his name later, wearing those thick-rimmed glasses that scream, I overpay for coffee. He's got that slick, I sell toothpaste to millionaires vibe, leaning in too close, gesturing like he's pitching a Super Bowl ad. Emily's eating it up, laughing too loud at his lame joke about viral TikToks. I'm a few feet away, nursing a soda, watching her twirl her hair like she's 19 and he's her first crush. Then Derek holds out his cocktail, offering her a sip. She takes the glass, her fingers brushing his, and shoots me a look, sharp, victorious, like she's just scored a point in a game I didn't know we were playing. I don't bite. I just tilt my head, give her a half smile, and take a slow sip of my drink. She wants a reaction? She's not getting one. But I'm keeping score, and she's racking up points she's gonna regret. Matt, you okay over there? Derek calls out, his voice all fake concern, like he's trying to include me in their little show. I nod, my smile tight. Oh, I'm great. I say, my tone light but pointed. Just enjoying the free soda. You two carry on. Emily's eyes flicker, a flash of annoyance, but she recovers fast, laughing like I'm the one being weird. Don't mind him, she says to Derek, her voice dripping with mock affection. He's just, Matt. The crowd chuckles, and I feel the heat of their eyes on me. I could let it slide, play the good husband, but something in me snaps. Yeah, Matt. I say, stepping closer, my voice calm but sharp. The guy who drove you here, pays the rent, and apparently watches you audition for The Bachelor while I'm standing right there. The laughter dies. Derek shifts, suddenly fascinated by his drink. Emily's smile freezes, but she doesn't miss a beat. Wow, Matt, she says, her voice low and venomous. Way to make it awkward. Awkward, I echo, raising an eyebrow. Nah, I'm just keeping it real. You're the one passing drinks like it's speed dating. Her colleague Sarah, the host, swoops in, all nervous energy. Hey, let's get some appetizers out here, she says, her voice too bright, trying to herd us toward the kitchen. I don't move. Neither does Emily. She's staring at me, her eyes narrowed, like she's daring me to keep going. You're embarrassing me, she hisses, stepping close enough that only I can hear. Stop it. I lean in, my voice just as low, but hard as concrete. You started this, Em. You want to play single in front of your friends? Fine, but don't expect me to clap like a trained seal. I turn and head for the patio, leaving her standing there, her face a mix of fury and shock. Sarah's husband, Tom, is out there, flipping burgers on the grill. He gives me a knowing look as I grab another soda from the cooler. Rough night? He asks, his tone casual but not stupid. Rough year, I mutter, popping the can open. She's been pulling this shit for months. I'm just done pretending it's normal. Tom nods, flipping a burger. Yeah, I've seen it, he says, his voice low. She's got a knack for making you feel like the plus one in your own marriage. You deserve better, man. I don't say anything, just take a swig of my soda. Tom's not my best friend, but hearing it from him hits different. If even he's noticed, I've been sleepwalking through this longer than I thought. Back in the car, Emily's glued to her phone, smirking at something, her thumbs flying over the screen. The city lights streak by, and I can't take it anymore. Who's got you so entertained? I ask, my voice light but edged, like I'm just making small talk. She doesn't even glance up. You're acting like there's something between us, she says, her tone smug, like she's explaining life to a toddler. Chill, Matt. It's just a text. I let that sink in, the words like a jab to the gut. Acting like there's something between us? 7 years, a shared apartment, a ring I spent 3 months' salary on, and I'm acting? I ease the car to a stop outside our place, my hands steady on the wheel. She unbuckles, ready to bolt, but I'm not letting that slide. So what's the deal, Em? I say, my voice calm but cutting. I'm just the guy who pays the bills while you text your new fan club? Or am I missing something? She rolls her eyes, already halfway out the door. God, you're so dramatic, she says, her voice thick with disdain. It was a party. I was having fun. Why do you have to make it a thing? Fun, I repeat, nodding like I'm considering it. Right? Flirting with some ad bro while I'm standing there, then telling me I'm imagining our marriage. That's your kind of fun. She freezes, one foot on the pavement, and turns back, her eyes flashing. What? You're jealous now, she says, her voice mocking. Grow up, Matt. I was networking. You wouldn't get it. Networking, I say, leaning back in my seat, my eyes locked on hers. That's what you call giggling and passing drinks. Okay, let's play it your way. If we're not together, like you said, I guess I'm just your driver now. Cool. You got Uber money for next time. Her face tightens, and for a second, I think she's going to snap back. But she just laughs, short and sharp, like I'm a bad comedian. You're unbelievable, she says, slamming the door. I watch her stalk up to the apartment, her silhouette sharp against the porch light. She doesn't look back. I don't drive off right away. I sit there, the engine idling, my mind racing. If she wants to act like we're strangers, I can match that energy. By the time I get home, I've changed the passwords on our joint accounts and moved half the money to a new one in my name. She wants space? She's about to get an ocean of it. If she thinks I'm playing her game, she's got another thing coming. Time to set some rules she can't dodge. The next morning, I'm at the kitchen table, coffee in hand, when my brother Jake strolls in. He's been crashing in our spare room while he sorts out his move to Denver. He glances around, notices Emily's yoga mat and overpriced water bottle are gone from their usual spot by the couch. Yo, where's her crap? He asks, grabbing a mug from the cabinet. Packed it, I say, not looking up from my laptop. She's staying at Sarah's for a bit. Says she needs a break. Jake raises an eyebrow. Pouring coffee. A break from what? Your face? He says, smirking, but his eyes are sharp, reading me like a book. I shrug, keeping it light. For me, I guess. She's been real clear about wanting her own space. He leans against the counter, studying me. Man, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, he says, his voice low but firm. She's been running you like a damn Roomba for years. You're finally waking up, huh? I pause, his words hitting like a gut punch. Jake's not one for deep talks, so when he drops something like that, it sticks. You think it's that obvious? I ask, my tone dry, masking the sting. Bro, he says, shaking his head. She's been treating you like her personal ATM and chauffeur rolled into one. Everyone sees it. Mom's been dropping hints since Christmas. I let out a short laugh, more bitter than I mean it to be. Great. So I'm the last idiot to figure it out. Jake claps a hand on my shoulder, his grip firm. Nah, you're just loyal. Too loyal, maybe. But loyalty's gotta go both ways, Matt. If she's not in, cut her loose. I nod, the gears turning. He's right. If even Jake can see it, I've been blind too long. Time to draw a line in the sand and see if she crosses it. If she wants to play cold, I can play colder. Let's see how she likes it when the rules change. A few days later, Emily's back at the apartment, acting like the dinner party never happened. She's in the kitchen, blending one of her kale smoothies, the noise like a chainsaw in a library. I'm on the couch, answering work emails, When she calls out, her voice all fake sunshine. Matt, you want some of this? It's got that protein powder you like. I don't look up. Pass, I say, my tone flat. I'm good with my own stuff now. The blender stops, and I can feel her staring. What's that supposed to mean? She asks, her voice sharp, like I've just insulted her mom. I set my laptop down, leaning forward. Means I'm done splitting everything while you act like I'm your landlord. I say, my voice calm but pointed. You want to play independent? Let's make it official. She laughs, but it's brittle, not her usual smug chuckle. Wow, you're really taking this to heart, she says, crossing her arms. I had a bad day, Matt. I didn't mean anything by it. Bad day, I say, raising an eyebrow. You pulled your hand away like I'm radioactive, told me to back off, then spent the night flirting with some ad guy in front of me. That's not a bad day, Em. That's a choice. Her eyes narrow, and she steps closer, her voice dropping to that icy tone she uses when she thinks she's winning. You're being paranoid, she says, her words clipped. I was networking. You know how my job works. You're blowing this out of proportion. Networking, I echo, nodding slowly, letting the word hang like a bad smell. So, brushing hands with Derek and shooting me that gotcha look, that's networking? And telling me I'm imagining our marriage? What's that, team building? She flinches, just for a second, but recovers fast. I was joking, she snaps, her voice defensive now. God, Matt, you take everything so seriously. Can't I have a little fun without you turning it into a courtroom drama? I stand up, keeping my eyes locked on hers. Fun's fine, I say, my voice low and steady. But don't play me for a chump, Emily. You want to act like we're not together? Cool. But don't expect me to bankroll your solo act. She opens her mouth to argue, but I'm already heading for the door. I'm going for a run, I say over my shoulder. Figure out what you want, Em. I'm done playing 20 questions. She thinks she can keep me on a leash with her half-assed apologies. Not this time. I'm rewriting the script. The next weekend, we're at a barbecue at Sarah's place. One of those backyard deals with string lights and too many people acting like they're still in their 20s. Emily's in rare form, working the crowd like she's campaigning for prom queen. I'm by the grill, shooting the shit with Tom about the Eagles' chances this season, when I hear Emily's voice cut through the noise, loud and deliberate. Matt's just so predictable, she says to a cluster of her coworkers. Her tone dripping with fake pity. Same old routine. Work, gym, sleep. I swear, I could set my watch to him. The group laughs, and I feel Tom tense beside me, his spatula pausing mid-flip. He shoots me a look, like he's waiting for me to do something. I take a slow sip of my soda, letting the moment simmer, then walk over, casual as hell. Predictable, huh? I say, stepping into the circle, my voice light but sharp as a blade. Funny, I thought showing up for you every day was called being dependable. My bad. Her coworkers shift, their laughs fading into awkward coughs. Emily's smile tightens, but she doesn't back down. Oh, come on, Matt, she says, her voice sugary but venomous. Don't be so sensitive. I'm just saying you could loosen up. Try something new for once. New, I say, nodding like I'm mulling it over. Like flirting with random guys at parties? Or telling your husband he's delusional when he calls you out. That kind of new. The air goes still. One of her coworkers, a guy in a polo shirt, mutters something about checking the drinks and bails. Sarah, hovering nearby, jumps in, her voice too bright. Okay, everyone, let's grab some food, she says, trying to herd the group toward the table. But Emily's not done. She steps closer, her eyes flashing, and hisses, "You're embarrassing me, Matt. Stop making a scene." I lean in, my voice low and hard. You started this, Em. I say, my words measured but cutting. You want to drag our shit into public? Fine. But don't cry when I air it out. I turn and walk back to the grill, leaving her standing there, her face a mix of rage and shock. Tom gives me a subtle nod, like he's saying, finally. I don't need his approval, but it's nice to know I'm not the only one who sees her for what she is. Later, as we're leaving, one of Emily's co-workers, a quiet woman named Lisa, catches me by the car. Hey, Matt, she says, her voice low, glancing over her shoulder. I saw what happened back there. You didn't deserve that. She's been pulling that crap for a while. I nod, keeping my expression neutral. Appreciate it, I say. Good to know I'm not crazy. Lisa hesitates, then adds, just Watch your back, okay? She's not used to losing. She walks off before I can respond, but her words stick with me. If even her coworkers are calling her out, Emily's house of cards is starting to wobble. She's not used to losing? Good. I'm about to teach her how it feels. A week later, I'm at the gym, wiping down a bench, when my phone buzzes with a text from Emily. It's a novel, the kind she sends when she's trying to rewrite the narrative. I miss you, Matt. Work's been insane, and I've been off. I didn't mean to push you away. Can we talk? I stare at the screen, my thumb hovering over the keyboard. Part of me wants to ghost her, but I'm not that guy. I type back, short and sharp, "You got your space, Em. You won. Let's keep it that way. No more games." She doesn't reply. I pocket my phone and head to the squat rack. If she thought I'd come crawling back, she's about to learn I don't chase. The real breaking point comes 2 weeks later. I'm at the apartment, sorting through a stack of bills, when Emily walks in, unannounced. She's got her key, so I guess she figured she could just stroll back into my life like it's her stage. She drops her bag on the counter and starts talking, her voice all soft and practiced, like she's rehearsed this in front of a mirror. "Matt, we need to talk," she says, leaning against the counter, her posture perfect, like she's posing for a photo shoot. I know I've been distant. Work's been crazy, and I just got caught up. I miss us. I don't look up from the bills. Caught up? I say, my voice flat, flipping a page. That's one way to spin it. She sighs, like I'm being difficult. "Come on, don't be like that," she says, her tone pleading but calculated. "I'm trying here. Don't you miss us? What we had?" I set the papers down and look at her, really look at her, for the first time in weeks. She's still gorgeous, still the woman I thought I'd build a life with. But the way she's standing there, all fake vulnerability, it's like watching a bad actor in a worse play. I'm done buying tickets. "Miss us," I say, leaning back in my chair, my voice calm but sharp. "Which part, Em? The part where you flinch every time I touch you? Or the part where you tell me I'm imagining our marriage? Or maybe the part where you humiliate me in front of your friends to feel like the queen bee?" Her face flushes, and she crosses her arms, her voice rising. "That's not fair," she snaps. "I'm not perfect, okay? I've been under a ton of pressure. You have no idea what I'm dealing with." "Pressure," I repeat, nodding slowly, letting the word hang. "So, when you told me I'm acting like we're together, that was just stress talking? Or when you flirted with Derek right in my face, that was just you blowing off steam? Come on, Emily. You're not that careless. You knew exactly what you were doing." She glares at me, her mask slipping. "You're twisting everything," she says, her voice sharp and defensive. "I'm trying to fix this, and you're just throwing it back in my face." "Fix it," I say, standing up now, my voice steady but cold as ice. "You don't fix something by breaking it over and over. You've been testing me for months, Em. Seeing how far you can push before I snap. Well, guess what? I'm not your lab rat. You don't get to poke me and see what happens." Her eyes well up, but I'm not falling for the waterworks. "Matt, please," she says, her voice trembling, but there's an edge to it, like she's still trying to steer the ship. "I didn't mean to hurt you. I need you." I shake my head, my voice low and final. "You don't need me," I say. "You need someone to play your little power games with. Someone to control, to keep on a leash while you do whatever you want. I'm not that guy. Not anymore." She steps closer, her voice desperate now. "You don't mean that," she says, her words shaking. "We can work this out. We've been through worse." "Oh, I mean it," I say, my tone hard and unyielding. "You wanted to act like I'm nothing? Like I'm just some guy who's lucky to be in your orbit? Fine. Now you get to live with it. Good luck finding someone else to carry your baggage." She grabs her bag, her hands shaking, and storms out, the door slamming so hard the walls rattle. I don't move. I don't chase. I just sit back down and finish sorting the bills. The apartment feels quiet. Not heavy, not tense, just quiet. For the first time in months, I can breathe. She thought she could keep me on a string. She's about to learn what happens when you cut it. A month later, I'm at a coffee shop downtown, working on my laptop, when Emily walks in. She spots me and heads straight for my table, no hesitation, like she's got a right to my space. She pulls out the chair across from me, her hands clutching her coffee cup, and starts talking before I can say a word. "Matt, I've been thinking," she says, her voice soft, practiced, like she's trying to sell me something. "I messed up. I was wrong. I didn't realize what I had until it was gone. I don't look up from my screen, my fingers still on the keyboard. Yeah, I say, my voice flat, bored. That's nice. She leans forward, her tone pleading now. I'm serious, Matt, she says, her words rushing out. I'm sorry. I was stressed, I wasn't thinking. Can we just talk? I glance at her, my eyes cold, and lean back in my chair. Talk, I say, my voice low and sharp, dripping with sarcasm. About what? How you played me for a fool. Or how you thought you could waltz back in like nothing happened. Her face flushes, but she keeps going, her voice cracking. I know I hurt you, she says. I didn't mean to. I want to fix this. I cut her off, my voice hard and clipped. Nothing to fix, I say, my eyes locked on hers. You made your choice, Em. You wanted to act like I'm nothing. Now you get to live with it. We're done. She blinks, her eyes welling up, but I'm not buying the act. Matt, please, she says, her voice barely above a whisper. I miss you. I stand up, closing my laptop with a snap. My voice cold as steel. You don't miss me. I say, each word deliberate. You miss winning. Find someone else to play with. I'm out. I walk away, leaving her sitting there, her coffee untouched, her face frozen in shock. The fall air hits me outside, crisp and clean, like a reset button. I don't look back. I'm in a new place now, a one-bedroom downtown with a view of the Schuylkill. It's smaller, simpler mine. The lease is in my name. The fridge is stocked with what I like, and the bills are paid without a fight. Jake's settled in Denver, but he calls every week, razzing me about my bachelor pad and asking if I've got a revolving door yet. Mom sent a care package last week. Homemade cookies and a note that just said, "Proud of you, kid." Guess she was rooting for me all along. I'm not saying it's all sunshine. Some nights, I catch myself thinking about Emily, wondering if I missed something, if I could have played it differently. But then I remember her pulling away, her smirk at that party, her voice telling me I'm imagining things.